I'll tell you when to count down. Because we just start from a save. Alright. Count down whenever.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, guys. This is Mass Effect. So the first thing you're gonna see me do here is throw a grenade at the ground and blow it up. So we do that a bunch in the run because that lets you get into combat and you can only sprint while in combat. It saves like maybe like 20-30 seconds across the run. Okay. Another thing you'll see me so let's try to skip through text as fast as possible. That's by rebinding the text skipping to my mouse wheel. And unfortunately, the game starts off with an unskippable cutscene. Why do I play as Aryan Shepherd? Because you gotta have a good-looking shepherd, and it's a pretty good one. So yeah, this game starts off kind of slow, but it gets pretty interesting like 10 or 15 minutes in.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
So yeah, not really much to say at this point.
Status report.
I just can't do anything here.
It's out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Okay, so now we're actually gonna play in about 10 seconds here.
I move faster on my own.
I might need to pause and turn autosave on because in this game, like, autosave like actually like stops the game. So if you have it on like doing normal attempts, it like wastes time. But obviously, yeah, in a marathon I want it on. So I'm just gonna pause here quick and change that. Okay. So, like I mentioned, you can only sprint in combat, so I try to get in combat in some random areas, even though I'm going to run past stuff. So yeah, Eden Prime is like the least broken planet in the run. So we're mostly doing it just the way you normally do it. Yeah. Another thing you'll see me do is like strategically using my sprint at certain times. Because I'm either about to get out of combat because I kill stuff. And there, I don't actually need to kill that last guy. So hopefully we don't have like one crash that I get during this game, which happens like right about here. So I'm gonna quick save quick just to make sure we don't waste the entire first 5 minutes of the run. And I seem to be like the only one who gets a crash here, but I don't know. It happens maybe like 1 in 10, 1 in 15 runs for me, so we'll save. I'm not exactly sure what causes it. I can't quick save because I'm in combat. That's right. Okay. Well, I'm already past where it would have crashed, so. Okay. So, I'm going to like strategically try to grab a bunch of different chests, or I guess lack of a better word here, crates, to try to get some items that I want. So the one back there has, the first one I opened, it's not the one right here, but the one before always has the same item in it, which is a set of armor that I want, and then the rest of the ones I'm grabbing either have like, wow, did that really not work? Okay, whatever. The rest of them have like different guns and stuff. So that's kind of where the RNG comes into play in this run, is mostly weapon drops. And grenade drops, although grenade drops are less important, because they only save like 1 or 2 seconds each. Oh yeah, so I forgot to mention that. So we play as Vanguard in this run.
Saren.
So basically, well, in this game, like all the biotic powers are really powerful, so
What are you doing here?
you definitely want to have access to them, but this game, Vanguard is pretty much strictly better than Adept, because
I wasn't expecting to find the gas here.
you get like bonus weapon damage that the Adept doesn't have, and you can just get Singularity, which is like the one power that Vanguard doesn't have, that Adept has, by using bonus powers, which is what I do. So, coming up here is like one of the most likely places to die during the run. So hopefully it won't happen. Get an autosave there anyways. So basically we're gonna like go through this area here really fast while a bunch of enemies are shooting at us. Oh god. I missed the throw. Okay. Well, I didn't die, so... this is bad. So I have to kill all these enemies as well as try to get to the end as fast as possible, because I can't hit this button at the end until every enemy is dead.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony.
So we just have one last section of Eden Prime to do here. We gotta disarm a bunch of bombs. There's not really much in terms of difficulty in this section. No risk of dying, or really anything. So yeah, for some reason this planet has like way better autosaves than all the other planets. Like a lot of the other planets, it like autosaves like once every like 20 minutes, which is really bad. But thankfully, like, we use quick saves a lot later, and that really eliminates most of the time we'd lose from dying. Alright, so this is the last bomb here. Now we just have to run over to the Prothean beacon. So our strategy here is going to be to try to kill these two Geth really fast. And if you do that, you can hit the beacon early, because the trigger to let you press the beacon is leaving combat. And you'll leave combat really briefly before these husks come down if you kill the 2 geth fast enough. So that's why, like, you see these husks in the background of this cutscene.
Something must have activated it.
Sometimes,
Roger, Normandy.
like, they can, like, they can really, like, intrude in the cutscene. They'll be, like, right in front of the beacon and you'll just be walking through them in the cutscene. This time, not too bad. You can just kind of see them in the background. Also, I keep hitting my split button, and I'm pretty sure that's not gonna stop, even though I'm not running splits.
Shepard!
No, don't touch it. It's too dangerous.
Okay, so here we got some more cutscenes. Yeah, not much to say here. Although so we have this cutscene, really, and then we run around a bit, and then another cutscene, and then after that's when it really starts to get broken. So yeah. The big problem with this game, I think, in terms of a speedrun, is just lots of unskippable cutscenes. Because when you're actually playing the game, it's pretty interesting. But, yeah, the cutscenes take up a lot of time. But, I mean, if you're here for story, which is, you know, why everyone watches speedruns, this is the game for you. Okay.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
How did I...
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
You also hear this when I'm doing this, when I'm in cutscenes, you'll hear this, like, weird buzzing sound in the background sometimes. That's because I'm, like, scrolling through the text really fast and it's trying to tell me that I can't skip whatever's going on. So yeah, that door takes forever to open. Okay, one more cutscene.
To bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
So now we're gonna get to the Citadel. The Citadel is gonna go by relatively quick, relative to how you'd play it normally. Because we are gonna basically skip a bunch of steps
Look at the size of
in terms of some of the stuff we're supposed to do.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower, Normandy out.
Okay,
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to dock.
so So now we're gonna head up to the Citadel Tower. And we are going to visit with a character, one of everyone's favorite characters, and it'll be the only time we see them in terms of this whole run. So, get ready for your sad faces. So here's Garrus. I'm gonna say hi to Garrus, and we're not gonna see Garrus again. Alright, so here's where the game starts to get broken. I'm gonna do it quick, and then I'll have some time to explain what I'm doing. Because it's easier for me to do this fast, and then explain it after. Although you might be able to kinda figure out what's going on. So, if you save crouched in certain corners in the game, when you try to reload the game doesn't like loading you in a crouched position, so it'll stand you up. And for some reason, when you do that in certain places, it'll put you on the other side of walls. And with doing that in the right places, you can get out of bounds. So that's the biggest thing we're going to use during this run. So right here, what we're going to use it to do is we're going to skip some of the side quest type stuff you're supposed to do here to get to Fist and Core is done, and we're just going to go directly into his room.
Missile contact.
All targets down.
Okay, so now I'm going to do my first pause and level up. Because I have some combat I need to do here now. And I need to grab some abilities before I do that. Alright. So this will get me into Fist's room. And this will be like progressing on the story, part of the story where I'm getting Tali to give me the evidence about Saren.
Don't kill me, I surrender. Don't worry, you'll never see
So he tells me where Tali is, and now I have to leave this area. So one thing you're going to see right up here is there's like a ton of enemies in this room. So basically what happened is that you're supposed to fight a ton of enemies, both on the way in and the way out of this area, and when you break the sequence here, it just puts all of both sets of those enemies there, and you have to kind of deal with them as they come. That's good. Who is your favorite character in Mass Effect Universe? It's not Arya. I don't know who it is, but certainly not Arya.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here.
So here,
No way. The deal's
I
all
try to
right.
line up my gun in a certain position so I'm aiming in a certain place, so that hopefully when I hit throw, as soon as this cutscene starts playing, that'll kill them all in one hit. Doesn't work every time, but it did that time, so that's good.
Fist setting.
So now I am almost done, honestly, with the Citadel now.
Into adulthood. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I
So-
salvaged something from its audio banks.
So, yeah, we'll play with Tali a decent amount during the run. But,
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
not gonna be the character we see the most of.
Regret this.
Every party member that we acquire will at least be in our party for some stretch of time. We don't get Garrus or Rex. Rex you won't even see at all. And Garrus you saw briefly once there. So now we have to go up and finish up our little storyline progression here, which is we get to become a Spectre. So, one thing that happens as a result of breaking the sequence there is that it tries to play two cutscenes here at once because you're supposed to visit the council twice, but so it tries to play them both at once there for some reason, and that would soft lock the game if you let the cutscene go long enough. But for some reason, you can just save during the cutscene, which you normally can't do. And if you save and just reload the save and try to enter the cutscene again, it'll work fine.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You only played Mass Effect 3? Why would you only play Mass Effect 3? It's like... I mean, it's not the worst. But it seems strange.
Step forward.
So now we get the heroic cutscene of being inducted into the Spectres.
It is the decision of the council that you be
Our
granted
nice, ugly shepherd.
privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace.
Never read the books.
And last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy.
I've heard that like some of them are good, and then there's the one that's like supposedly like completely awful.
Great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
They were like supposed to like re-release, and they never did, as far as I know at least. They didn't never re-release it. I actually do most of the game with Liara and Kaden. So, first thing we'll do after here is go to get Liara. Okay. So, the last thing I'm going to do here, this is the last little stretch of Citadel. So, you're supposed to have to take a bunch of elevators to get back to your ship. But we don't want to take elevators, they're so slow in this game. So we're just going to go out of bounds and fall back into our ship. Hopefully I don't screw this up. This is not going to work. I think I screwed this up. Yeah. Okay, no big deal. So yeah, this is like the hardest out of bounds in the game to do correctly. Because you have a lot of so most of the out of bounds you're using minimap references to know where to go. This one just has like the worst minimap references. So now we're going to go to Therum and get Liara. Someone messing with the stream. Well, good thing I can't see. So pretty recently, back in February, this game got like its first noticeable route change in years. And that has allowed us to do Theorem first. We used to have to do it last. I'll explain why when we get to it, but it involves utilizing a glitch that we used to not use in the run. Alright, so we gotta drive around in the Mako for a bit here. So Mako parts are pretty boring for the most part, but actually on Theorem, there's some tricks and stuff we have to do with the Mako. The other Mako driving parts are pretty straightforward. You just kind of drive. But this one we have some stuff we have to deal with. Yeah, the Krogan Warlord here is more difficult than it used to be. In fact, this planet, even though it's, like moving this planet at the beginning is definitely faster, it has become a lot more difficult as a result of doing it first instead of last. Mostly because of the Mako driving part. Like, it's possible to die now while you're in the Mako. Does the stream go down? Well, anyways, I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. So,
Oh, you should still be live.
still live?
At least that's what it's telling me.
Okay, someone said picnic in the chat, so I don't know. Whatever. Alright, so it's probably gonna mess me up for doing this now. Oh, I got it. Kind of. So, that's the first Mako trick we have here. Okay. And it's just jumping over that wall, which is kind of difficult to deal with. Okay. That saves a bit of time compared to going the way you're supposed to go. Alright, so I did take a lot of damage there, though, as a result of doing that jump and kind of getting stuck, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem. But, we'll see. If necessary, I can deal with that problem later. Yeah, so jumping over is actually pretty difficult. It requires somewhat precise lineup and tactic. But basically, you kind of approach it from and kind of just to the left of that, whatever you want to call it, the little metal box thing on the right side, and you kind of just spam the hover button, like just mash it until you get over. So yeah, I have taken a lot of damage here. We'll roll with it for now. So we're getting towards the tail end of the Mako part, but there's still one more difficult thing we have to do here with the Mako, which is another unintended usage of the Mako. Yeah, I think we're fine on health. I'll make a save here, though, just in case. So I'm gonna have to kill these guys down at the bottom of this ramp here. Not a big deal. There is a decent chance I could die, so if I get stuck, and I can get stuck here pretty easily too. So there's this hole here, and you're supposed to have to get out of the Mako and walk the rest of the way, but come at the right angle, you can just get through. And I got stuck. Okay. It's kind of annoying because if you you have to let go of forward halfway through this thing, otherwise you can get stuck in the rocks on the other side, which is annoying. You should be okay now. Okay. So, yeah. So this actually does save time. It actually takes quite a while to walk through here normally. And, well, you'll see. It saves a lot of time coming up here a bit too. Not just through the driving part. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Don't die, don't die. Okay. We didn't die. We didn't die. We didn't die. So yeah, that's where the worry is about dying, definitely there. Since you're not supposed to have the Mako there, there's a lot of random things you can bump into, and there's a bunch of stuff shooting at you. So as a result of going into this cutscene with the Mako, none of these enemies will attack you, which is another thing that makes this save a lot of time. Because there's essentially a boss fight here that you can just skip, because the Mako just makes it trivial. And you only need to kill this one enemy here, the Geth Armature. The rest of the guys you can just ignore. As soon as you kill that guy, the door down here opens. Okay. So now we're gonna go get Liara here from the mines. We'll be using the out-of-bounds trick again here that I used earlier. It only saves a little bit of time here, but it's still useful. So the first place we use it is right here. So this is actually the first place. What I'm doing right here is where I first found that it was really possible to do the out-of-bounds. Mostly because they found it was possible to clip through that thing, not using the way I do it, but just to do it in general. And they tried to find a way to do it consistently and found what I do. I forgot to hit them. So for some reason, if you hit that first thing, so there's supposed to be 10 seconds before this cutscene actually starts playing, but if you talk to one of your teammates, it'll start immediately for some reason. So here's the real biggest part of RNG in the run. This is a completely random pattern every time. Wasn't too bad. What's really dumb about it is it's actually not a random pattern at all on the console versions of the game. It's the same every time. So rather than walk down and around to get up to Liara, we can just clip through her shield, force field, protecting her here. Oops. I forgot to do something. Okay. Now we're good. Yeah, so I want to get lift here for this fight with the Krogan, because otherwise it's pretty difficult.
isn't.
Yeah. Alright. So here is where what comes into play. It's not really going to make sense when I'm doing this. I'm just going to explain it while this person with the cutscene's playing. Also, this is one of the cutscenes that I can't control the volume of. All the cutscenes just are loud no matter what, and this is one of them. But anyways, so there's a new glitch that's gonna see I'm gonna use here. It basically lets you skip certain dialogue cutscenes. So if you like try to switch weapons really fast. So usually this involves having mouse wheel down to swap weapons. You can like delay cutscenes from starting. Well, cutscenes that have dialogue in them from starting, and if you quick save in it when you're delaying it and then load, it'll never play. So that's what I'm gonna do here. It's not really gonna look like much of anything because I'm actually not really swapping weapons because I'm on the ship, but for like the first half second, it'll still read the input as weapon swapping and prevent it from playing. So it used to be that if you get Liara first, you get some extra cutscenes after other planets. But if now that we can skip those cutscenes, it doesn't waste time to get her first. So that allows me to skip all the post
Message coming in.
Commander Shepard.
Planet cutscenes. I also do use it in a few other places, one of which is going to be right here when I land on the planet.
Control, this is the SSV Normal, requesting a vector into berth.
Most of the other places you use it don't save that much time, but and
Citadel business. We got a council.
it'll probably become more clear what exactly it looks like I'm doing when I'm doing it on the planet here. Life support type. It is like the middle of the night / early morning for most people, including me. So pretty much for the most of the rest of the run,
Equalizing interior pressure.
we're going to use
Atmosphere. Logged.
Liara and Kaden as much as it lets us, because biotics are good. And for some reason, when you shoot at this box down here, you get in combat, so just use that for a quick sprint. So here's what it actually looks like when I'm skipping the cutscenes. So you're supposed to hit dialogue when you walk past a certain point with that woman there, as well as this woman up. Ah, I screwed it up. So you really have to like be switching weapons fast. So what I'm supposed to do is do that all the way through both of these cutscenes and then quick save here. And then load. It won't play either of them. I'll still do that to skip the second one.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel.
So once again, you're supposed to like do some random side quest stuff here before you can progress on with the story, but we're just gonna skip all of that.
And enjoy your stay.
Yeah, where you can just clip directly into the garage where the maker is, and head over to Peak 15. right away. That's not gonna work. Okay. Cat bags. Oh, he just got denied. Are you kidding me? Come on, guys. Help me out here. I got overloaded. That sucks. Yeah, I can't really do anything about that. Yeah, so that fight can be really annoying because the Geth guys just jump around everywhere. And they can also overload your weapons so you can't shoot. And like, I'm really bad with all the other weapons other than the pistol. Mass Effect 2 and 3 are completely worthless as speedruns. They're just completely, glitchless, basically. So yeah. You don't get any with like the cool out-of-bounds stuff, you kind of just play through the game fast. Somewhat the normal way. I mean, like the way you would think of playing through the game fast, if you were just trying to do it fast casually, is pretty much the way you'd play through Mass Effect 2 and 3 speedrun-wise. You just play as Vanguard, you charge everywhere, and that's pretty much all there is to those games. Like, Mass Effect 3 has like a couple small tricks, but nothing major, and Mass Effect 2 has like nothing. I have done all of them though. Yeah, like, but Mass Effect 3 I think is particularly boring unless you play it like on Insanity because the easy difficulties are like mind-numbingly easy. And 2 is not that way. Like, the easiest difficulty on 2 is somewhat challenging. Like, you can die. You can't really die in the easiest difficulty in Mass Effect 3, so there's not really any challenge to it. Also, in terms of like length, Mass Effect 3 is kind of long. With not a lot gained out of it. Like, I mean, everyone who's played Mass Effect 3 knows how the game kind of ends, so like, you could think of like Mass Effect 3 ending on like a 20-minute auto-scroller, essentially. Which is kind of boring to me. It's actually not actually 20 minutes, it's like 15 minutes, I think, from the last combat to the actual end of the game in Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 2 is about as long as Mass Effect 1 is, which is like an hour 40, hour 50 minutes. Mass Effect 2 is like 5 or 10 minutes longer than this game. And that's just playing through it, you know, fast. Glitchlessly. The problem with Mass Effect 2 is also, like, saying how long it is a really complicated question to answer. Because there's, like, what, 6 or, like, 8 different potential any percent categories in Mass Effect 2. That are all just, like, minor variations. But, like, so you can do, like, straight up new game, you play as a level 1 character, or you could do new game plus, so you're just playing as like a high level character, and then there's like in between, So like new game, what was I gonna say? So you can like import a character from Mass Effect 1. What else can you do? Oh, Mass Effect 2, unlike this game, like you get bonuses for getting achievements whenever you play through the game, and those aren't considered okay in New Game. Like that's considered New Game Plus in Mass Effect 2, but for whatever reason it's not in this game. I didn't make the rules, so don't blame me. So yeah, so there's like those 4 variations, and then and also in Mass Effect 2. So you're supposed to get like a minimum number of party members to complete the game, which is 8. So you can save a lot of time by using DLC characters. So like if you have Kasumi and Zaid, that saves like 10 minutes. You don't have to like get Tali or Samara or Vane if you get the 2 of them. And there's like a lot of other things that DLC save time for, so that's like, so those 4 things times 2, because you could do any of those 4 things I mentioned before with or without DLC. So that's like 8 any% runs. How many of them are free world records? Probably about 6. No, maybe 5. The ones that have gotten the most play are New Game Plus, DLC, and no DLC. And then New Game, no DLC, I think. I mean, yeah. So yeah, for some reason, on Novaria, the out-of-bounds tricks put you at the top of the skybox. So, you're just like falling for a really long time. There's nothing I can really do about that. Just kind of the way they work. So this one here will get me directly to the tram that takes me over to where Venezia is. I'll land on top of it, basically, and maneuver around to get into it.
Clear.
So yeah.
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station. Now arriving at Rift Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
Okay. So we're actually almost done with, well, sort of almost done with, Novaria now, because we're going to do one more out of bounds to get us to Venezia. And then we just have that fight and we can leave. That fight, I would say, is probably one of the harder fights in the run, and it's not really because like it's just really tricky to get everything done. It's the enemy AI is really hard to deal with. So here again I'll use the weapon swapping thing to prevent me from having to talk to this guy. So I'm gonna level up some more and change some of my equipment around. To make this fight easier, hopefully. So, like I mentioned, when you go out of bounds, you get put at the top of the skybox, and as a result, this out of bounds doesn't actually really save that much time compared to walking around the normal way. So you'll see me do something here in a minute, where I'm gonna pause the game and then quickly and then unpause. So basically what that does is if I have my gun out, it stops my horizontal movement, so I just fall straight down. So I'm gonna wait until I get this X you see to the, just to the bottom of my mini map, and then I'm gonna pause, and now I'll just fall straight down, and you'll see the X won't move. And I'm just gonna face a certain way, so I can be facing the right way when this fight starts. But I should, if I did this right, the cutscene should play automatically once it loads here into Venezzia's area. If not, I can quickly get into it, yeah. It's off by a little bit. Yeah. I want to be facing forward here at what you see me looking at, because I want to be able to point my team over there right away. Good. So I got past one of the worst parts that, as far as this goes. I lifted the wrong person. Where's it coming from? Good. Good. Okay, this is going pretty well. Just doing that singularity is actually enough to kill all this Geth once they fall to the ground. It's good. I went through this like super fast, so I can get all my abilities recharged as fast as I want. What's going on? Please don't.
They always said there would be a...
Yeah, he sent out the mumble a while ago. But if you mean like the specific like RTMP stuff, they'll tell you that at some point. So here I have to kill the Arachnite Queen to be able to do this as fast as possible. I'll explain why when I get to the next planet, because it'll make more sense there to explain it. Because this cutscene is actually a little bit slower than saving the Arachnite Queen. Okay, so now we're done with Novaria. It happens. So sometimes when you walk through these doors, they like turn you backwards and crouch you for some reason, which is annoying. Okay. So that's Novaria. Like I mentioned, after every planet we're going to do the same cutscene skip, so you'll see me quick save and load as soon as I get on the ship.
Good timing, Command.
So now we're not gonna go to Vermeer right away, but we're gonna just hit this dialogue that tells us about Vermeer. Okay. Now we're gonna go to Pharos. So Pharos is pretty much the most broken planet in the run. In terms of how much we can skip. You'll see that in a second. Unfortunately, we cannot skip the Thorian fight, though. Which is still pretty long. Pharos. So yeah, basically what you're going to see me do here is I'm going to basically skip the entire planet other than the Thorian fight. So if you remember the Thorian fight, you like go around the planet for a while and then you have to come back to the colony here and fight the Thorian after the colonists all get, and the colonists are all getting attacked at the same time. But, you know, since the Thorian chamber is actually directly under the first area you go into here, you can actually just clip into it early. Yep. You'll see. So the reason why I killed the Vacni Queen before is related to the side effect of what this causes. So going into the Thorian chamber like this, we'll treat it like we killed all the colonists. You'll see right after this short cutscene that it'll pop up giving me a bunch of renegade points. So we want to be able to make certain intimidate options later in the game, and since we get a bunch of free renegade points no matter what by doing this, it makes more sense to take all the renegade options other places too, such as killing the Vacni Queen. I'm wearing a safety save here. So there's a chance I could die in this fight, and I don't get a good chance to save during it. Oh, I'm about to level up here. It's okay, I can wait. I can just do it after I pause here. Yeah, for the Saren fights, exactly. I didn't level up until there anyways, so I guess it's good that I waited. So for this fight, anyone who doesn't know what's going on, so there's a bunch of these little guys around here. These nodes you have to blow up, and so basically, the more of the guys you kill, the more damage the nodes will take. So I'm going to try to strategically kill a lot of guys here, but not all of them, and then go for the nodes when it makes sense. There's also all these Asari spawning, so you'll see me try to kill them as soon as possible when I run into them, because they can start to knock me down and stuff, and that can be really bad, because these other guys will just swarm me and deal a lot of damage to me because they shoot this poison stuff at you. I also have to keep track of my teammates here because they can get poisoned and take a lot of damage. What? This is kind of bad. Always trying to kill the Asari. ASAP. So another thing that's important here is power usage, like cooldowns, making sure the cooldowns go off at the time you want. So let's say we can do some things that might not make sense. I don't know how that worked. So I try to save Warp and Marksman to use on these nodes, because Warp will make it take more damage, and Marksman's my best way of doing a lot of damage. That's bad. So yeah, if I do this properly, I try to avoid getting overheated, but I just wasn't paying that close attention to my... And the gun I have also kind of overheats pretty quickly, unfortunately. Because I didn't get a better one yet. So, it's something you're gonna have to deal with. So this is like a really good fight so far. The creepers can really mess with you a lot sometimes. Where is the Asari? It's like taking forever to come out. She's usually like the first one to come out. Like, after all these other guys. So this node in particular, you really need to kill a lot of guys to be able to damage it, so I really try to kill my guys here. Okay. Should be good. Nope, still not enough. See what I mean. It's just me trying to not get overheated at the end there. So that was a pretty good fight.
Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep breaths. Let go of your physical shell. Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us.
Fun cutscene.
Every action sends
Got time to stretch.
galaxy. Every idea
I'm really tired right now.
must mark another's spirit. We are
So hopefully...
every living
I'm playing better than I expected it to so far. I thought I was going to play really poorly because I'm tired, but I'm playing okay. In most of my practice runs, I was dying at least one time by this point in the run, so This is good. Will be better than all my practice runs, probably. So, as a result of already having Liara and getting this cutscene, or getting this cipher here, we get this really long cutscene that's supposed to play when we go back on the ship. And unfortunately, it doesn't work exactly like all the other skips that I was doing when I get back in the ship, but it's still possible to skip all of it. It just requires an extra step. Why did I do that? That works, never mind. A lot of times, you need to like wait until you're over here to throw a grenade because it won't put you in combat even if you blow it up on yourself back there, but it worked that time. The way this cutscene skip is going to work is I'm going to just mash quick save after I hit this button to go back in the ship, and then try to load that quick save really quick, and then do the weapon swapping thing that I mentioned before, because you need to like basically skip 2 things to get past this cutscene.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, now we go to Vermeer. So Vermeer is the longest planet. And they're on. Well, I guess Novaria is technically longer, but Novaria is kind of broken up by some cutscenes and the long periods where I'm just like waiting to fall during the out of bounds. But for the most part, I'm just going the whole time on Vermeer.
Commander, I'm reading a signal. Must be our Solarian.
Check out
So,
those defense towers.
Drop the Mako.
I'm gonna warn everyone in advance that we're gonna be killing Ashley here. Probably not a surprise because I haven't really been using Ashley at all. Yeah. That's what we'll be doing here. I mean, it's like, what's the lesser of 2 evils, really? It's like, think, oh well, you probably hate one character, so there's one you want to kill, but it's like, no, you can't decide which one you want to kill more. Both Ashley and Kaden are awful. At least that's how I feel. Not much really to say here. Just make the driving. I will be doing some minor tricks here of going though. gonna park that there so that I can get back into it from up here rather than walking down all the way around. Scary.
I'm reading that the grid is down, Commander. We're on approach to the Solarian base now. Out.
Ready to move out.
Same thing up here too. Oops. It's kind of precise, so I'm trying not to screw up my parking. I got like gas stuck in my tires, which kinda sucks. So yeah, if I don't kill these destroyers, they'll like run at me, so I try to kill them usually. And that's pretty much it for the makeup part.
Commander, Normandy's touched down at the base, but it looks like we're grounded. The Solarian captain can explain when we get here.
So up here, I'm gonna go kind of slow through this dialogue to make a specific choice that ultimately will result in Ashley getting killed based on what we do in the rest of the mission.
So what are we supposed to do now?
Stay put until we can come up with a plan.
So?
No, I just got a bad feeling about this place.
Ah, Commander. While we've got the... I need one of your...
Why is it that...
Oh, I just fucked it up anyways, whatever. I guess Ashley's not gonna die.
And what is at stake? I have come to trust each of you with my life.
Hard to go through that fast and make the right choice.
I share your concerns.
Because if you like hold up and then try to scroll really fast through it, for the first frame, it'll actually always be on the the middle option.
If you see any way to undermine their defenses, Shadow is on the ground. Repeat, Shadow is on the ground. Lieutenant Alenko with A. Igor team. Manovai, Jayeto teams, move. Time to get some attention.
Dang, dude, this guy is devoted to the troll.
Anyone left for Manovai, merge up with Jayeto. Lieutenant Alenko with me. They're calling SAT strikes. Jayeto, watch for ground stations. Alenko, can you see anything?
So now we're just gonna try to keep going through the area fast. That button there is like really hard to press sometimes because it like wants to. Some frame drops from the RTMP server. That might be my fault.
Is someone out there?
Yep, that's my fault. Sorry about that. Okay, I was confused where the other person went, but they already killed her. Okay, well.
My internet is pretty good, I shouldn't drop any frames either.
No idea why the video is lagging. That's not on my end. So, it's not.
The charges are set and ready. Everybody get low and keep your heads down.
Well, yeah. On their page. survive now. 'Cause I screwed up the dialogue. I might like waste time to change. Not having Kaden. I'm gonna check this to try to get a better weapon. Because it's my last opportunity. I didn't get one. That's unfortunate.
Yes, Commander,
Really loud stuff coming in.
Of course, it was awful. Trillions dead. One.
Nice. Did it without me telling them. Alright. So
Verbal.
oh, I forgot to skip this. Oh crap. I'm not paying attention.
Relax, Commander.
Okay. This is gonna waste like a couple minutes. Supposed to skip this cutscene. I just wasn't paying attention because I was worried about the stream. Not a big deal. Lose some time. What can you do?
We are lag free again, it's working again.
Yeah, that's good. That doesn't waste that much time.
Okay, good to know. So just refreshing next time, okay?
Yeah.
I forwarded the mission up.
If only I could kill Bolt.
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems and...
So you're supposed to like get locked out of the ship here and have to do some stuff to get it back, but we don't want to do any stuff. So I'm gonna make a hard save here because I have an out of bounds state that's kind of precise, and if I screw it up, it's really hard to fix it. So Hopefully it won't come to that, but
Cover. Think we got him, Commander.
I think this should work. If not, whatever. Yeah, we could have done that. I didn't think about that.
Enemy sighted.
Okay.
Perimeter secured.
So now we're going to Ilis, which is gonna start the end game.
Commander.
Okay. So Ilos is also not broken at all. Kind of like Eden Prime, unfortunately. So we're just gonna have to go through it fast rather than do anything cool. So I'm gonna get back into the Mako quick here when I land to back it up. That's just so I can get to it faster when I double back to this starting area later in the mission, rather than have to walk further over to it.
Finally, some action. We have to get.
The sick dodges. Okay. So there's one fight here that can be kind of tricky, because there's a lot of Geth destroyers that try to kill you by running at your face.
For the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We will have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
We shoot down there to get in combat faster. Heal. Yeah. These guys are just like insane. Just like try to kill you. Running at your face, it's really annoying.
Hold on.
Okay. So now we're just heading back towards where the maker is, basically. And we got some driving to do. Last maker section of the run. I didn't do enough of the nice camera angles on the elevators. Okay. Good. So sometimes you can get this glitch here that happens for some unknown reason, where like Maker's gravity is all messed up, and so like every time you hit a small bump, you just go flying in the air. It's really annoying. It's like almost impossible to drive with. Like this, that bump would have sent me like up to the ceiling when that glitch happens. I have no idea what happens, but thankfully you can save and load and it'll be gone, but it still wastes some time if you get it.
Probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogen.
Exactly.
What is happening? It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush! I do not think Saren is behind this.
So, now we talk to Vigil really quick. It'll be over before you know it. I don't know why they have their guns out. Or any enemies there.
You are not.
Okay. Back to the maker now. So, we're fastly approaching the end here. Got like 3 or 4 more minutes here, and then about 10 minutes probably left from here to the end. This turn. One okay. Sorry for being quiet, I'm just really tired. I'm trying to focus long enough to finish. What other runs do I do besides Mass Effect 1 to 3? Nothing really. right now. They've done some Dragon Age, the Dragon Age games, did some Fallout New Vegas. I haven't really been doing much lately though, in terms of running games. I've just been really busy. And I don't really know what I want to run next. It's getting tired of this game. Mostly it's just that I'm too busy to learn a new game right now.
There, the conduit. It's incredible. We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't going to make it easy on us.
Yeah, I've done all the Dragon Age games, at least a little bit. Unfortunately, Origins is kinda messed up. It's not really realistic to run it. There's like really bad memory leak in Dragon Age Origins, where like, well, you have to play in like an earlier patch, so to be able to do all the glitches, so loading times get like really bad really fast. So like, if I start off like 1 second, but like 10 minutes later, in terms of the run, it'll be like 30 seconds long, and they just keep getting longer until the game crashes. It's really annoying. Because Origins, other than that, is like a really broken game. It's way more broken than this game. And all the Dragon Age games have pretty much no unskippable cutscenes either. Which is nice. Too bad they don't do that in Mass Effect. James Bond racing. Oh god. I never played Kingdoms of Amalur. Okay, I feel like the demo. That's it. I think people have done runs of it before though. Just about finished here. Yeah. That was my impression. So, this is the last out of bounds of the run. This will just get us over to the final boss faster.
I've lost shields.
Kind of gets us like right towards the end of this, walking outside the Citadel part. Yep. Yeah, a lot of the out of bounds in this game are just skipping elevators. So actually I need to grab some more experience here, I'm kinda low. I want to level up one more time before the boss fight. So I probably need to kill a couple of these guys here. Let's see. 2 more. I think that's not good. I think that should be enough now. Can't you drive forklifts in Grand Theft Auto 5? I'm pretty sure you can.
I was afraid. You've lost. You survived. Now I doubt. The Reapers. Goodbye, Shepard. Thank you.
Rip, Sarah. Okay. So we are almost done here. So I'm gonna switch to my shotgun really quick here, because Saren has a habit of overheating you. Yeah, it's faster to get renegade points because you get, like, you automatically get locked into the renegade choice on Pharaohs by clipping into the Thorian fight. But yeah, what was I saying? I switched to the shotgun there because he has a habit of overheating whatever gun you have out, like right at the beginning of the fight. I don't want that to happen to my pistol. So I want to hold my renegade out, I mean, my shotgun out long enough that I can, like, lift him.
The Citadel's opening. All ships move in. Concentrate on Sovereign.
Okay. So we're gonna be it's gonna be time here in about 2 or 3 minutes. So just be ready for that.
He's dead. So here my goal is just trying to keep him lifted or knocked down as much as possible. And then try to just take his health down as much as possible. One of the reasons why it's better to have a Kaden is because you have an extra person who throw or lift. I hate when this happens. For some reason it likes to not trigger marksman even if you hit it sometimes on this fight. Also, you cannot damage him when he goes on the side like this. So if I had a better gun, I'd probably already have finished the first phase, but I got just bad luck. Which is really bad. If you can't take him out before he starts jumping around, it's tough. Well, if you don't like it, it's gonna be over in about 1 minute here.
Okay.
Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
Did I get him? No, I didn't. Never mind. Where is he? Oh my gosh, this is such a bad fight. Yeah, it's a lot harder to knock him down here, because he like jumps around even more. It's bad. This is just gonna take a while now. Yeah. She's on cooldown too. Okay. Wow. I can't believe that missed. Come on. This is so bad. It's probably like one of the worst boss fights I've ever had. Okay. Time.
You have a 1:47:51.
Okay, that's not too bad. Considering how that boss fight went and some of the other stuff that happened. Alright. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Not a bad run. I mean, there's just a lot of cutscenes here, so if you want to, you can switch to the next person now if you want. I can't really skip through this stuff that fast.
Hit it with everything we got.
Alright, I'll stop my stream.